Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Editing Breakdown. That's right, it's gonna be a series now. Actually, it's my second time to do this, and in the last Editing Breakdown, some of you actually enjoyed seeing the in-depth behind the scenes, no? And the editing process, so I decided that, yeah, let's make this a regular thing. I mean, I love talking about editing as well. So for today, we are going to look at the editing breakdown of my latest video, the Columbina Sandrone film trailer. So this is based on the Fontaine Film Festival event that's going on right now. And it's based on Xavier's A Homecoming movie that they were filming during the event. And just like 2 years ago when we had the Fontaine Film Festival for the first time, I also made a trailer for The Two Musketeers. So I'm glad that we get to do this again, you know, make another fake trailer. It's pretty fun. I love making fake trailers. So without further ado, let's start. So if you look at this, I'm gonna, just like before, I'll go through each frame and explain the process behind it. And for the first frame, I'm already gonna go ahead and start here because we really wanted to start with a very picturesque shot of Fontaine. And as you know, that I always film my videos with Philo. So this is Philo, my friend. She's usually the one controlling the characters. And funnily enough, this is the first time we ever filmed in the Aquabus. All these years, and we never really filmed while riding the Aquabus. It was kind of funny because the thing about the Aquabus, right? It starts somewhere. You have a starting point. So that's me. There's Philo. You have the starting point here. And the thing is, we had to ride the Aquabus a couple of times to see where's the best, you know, visual of Fontaine to start with. And thankfully, just at the very beginning, there was this, we noticed that there's this very beautiful view. And if we set the time at just the right moment, thankfully, Philo's the one who's controlling the time here. So you can see here, we're like, ready? Set the time. Boom. There we go. We were able to get this beautiful shot of the sunrise going up. So the funny thing is, to be able to get the Aquabus shots, if you miss this shot, you'll have to go all the way to the start and, you know, restart the Aquabus. So we did have a couple of takes for this one. Anyways, moving on, the second part. Oh, for this one, we did several shots of this one actually. Oh yeah, you can see it here. We have several modes of Columbina moving back and forth. This is just camera mode. I mean, this is just me going so we have Columbina leaving the house and we have Columbina moving forward. Philo's just going back and forth while I'm using a controller to make this really smooth shot. Yeah, cinematography, guys. I love putting foreground elements and then using a controller to make it as smooth as possible. Look at this. So smooth. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Anyways. And then for the next scene. Okay. So again, like I said, this shot, the Aquabus, this is already at the end of the Fontaine line, right? But if you make a mistake here, it'll be so difficult to just, you know, redo everything. So what we did here, we actually made the starting point. Yeah, this is backwards actually. If you play the actual footage, because she's actually at the back of the Aquabus. Look at this. So it's backwards. Let me play. Can I play it? There. It's moving. Oh, no, it's moving forward. Yeah, it's moving. Oh, no, I reversed the clip. Sorry. I reversed this clip. Let me show you. This is actually in reverse. So the original clip, it's moving there. It's moving away from Fontaine. Am I wrong? Wait. Why is it not moving the way that I wanted to move? Or is it because... Oh, sorry. I get it now. Because I'm playing the original clip. Here we go. So if I play it here. This is the original clip. There we go. This is the original clip. It's moving away. And the reason why we filmed it this way instead of moving forward is The problem with the Aquabus, I think I could show it here. I can show it here. The problem with the Aquabus is this freaking this freaking Melusine is at the front. So we can't really have a shot of Columbina like staring. That front shot is impossible with the front of the Aquabus because the freaking Melusine's there the whole time. So we that's why Philo was the one who suggested this. Like, why don't we just film backwards? And I was like, you know, Philo, you're smart. You're smart. And then we just reversed it. See? This is the actual shot. Actual shot is going backwards, and then I just reversed it to make it look like it's going forwards. Yeah, see it, movie magic. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, this is the aquarium. I think one of the funny things about this aquarium scene is that the fish is actually very glitchy. You might notice here. Look at that fast fish. I don't know why they were so glitchy. So we actually had to delete some fish. And the funny thing is that you see how glitchy that one fish is? I think it just looks so glitchy on co-op. So yeah, we just had to really choose our shots very well. I think oh, there you can even see. Look at this crab. Look at this crab. Teleporting, bro. I think the funny thing also about this one is that I literally had to do the fishing minigame to have this fish. And I was just so excited. I was like, dude, I want to make this trailer already. But then, dang it, I have to fill this up with fish. So yeah, I went crazy. I was trying to fish as fast as I can during a stream. But there we go. At least I was able to populate it. Anyways, let's move forward. So one of the things we decided to do was to not use the cutscenes from the actual game because we could be more dynamic with our shots. So this is me actually filming Philo. When I mean, look, you don't get shots like this from the cutscenes, like this one. Yeah. Oh, okay. You have Philo trying to stop the idle animation, but you can see here. See, it's going. You see the shot? Ah, freaking love this. We have several versions of this one, going up, going down. I always do many different versions of the shot, and then just figure out which one I like the most. But yeah, I really love that foreground element, and I love the water effects here too. Anyways, let's move on. So you might notice that in terms of effects, there aren't really a lot of effects just yet. This video is one of the more subtle videos. Like, you'd think that there is zero effects here, but oh my gosh, later on you will see how many effects were actually put here. But for now, so this was shot inside the house of Mary Ann. Here we go. I think, honestly, we just like how graceful, where were we? We liked how graceful she walks, right? We just decided that, you know, we don't know what we were doing. We were just like, okay, can you just go into the frame and then like stop? And then I was like, oh, that animation. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to film here is because I love the shadow here. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow walking in. I love it when Genshin adds these kinds of details to their game. So that's why we filmed here, and I love this lights too, so it really adds a bit more cinematic effect, you know. And we have this foreground over here too, so that's how I plan out the shots, you know. Anyways, this is one of my favorite shots too. This one, oh my goodness, one of my favorite shots. Again, foreground elements with the flowers, and I think what I liked about this one is it was so easy to shoot too. Like, all you have to do is just, again, I use the controller to have those very smooth shots. And there, just have Philo walking. Again, we had several versions of it. We had several takes. We have Philo going from the other side, coming from the other side, I think. Where is it? There. So we also have this shot of her. Oh, I think I wasn't ready with the camera there. But yeah. Basically, what happens when we're filming is that Philo goes back and forth, and I just go back and forth with the camera as well, trying to get all those smooth shots. We call it NPC mode, where Philo just walks back and forth like an NPC. Anyways, let's move on. Alright guys, this is where I'll show you the movie magic. So, In the original video, it looks like this, the view of Fontaine, but the actual clip from the game looks like this, guys. It does not have any lights at all. And I'm like, bruh, that's not very cinematic. So what I did here is I actually used After Effects for this one, so I can bring you guys to After Effects. Let me, I mean, you can see the difference here, but I think that's comp, let me check, comp 10. All right, so in After Effects, if you go to comp 10, here's what it looks like. Actually, there's more. I did further color grading in Premiere, so this one's a bit brighter than usual, but let me just remove the text. You might see here that, let me just show you what the original looks like again, so you can see the difference. Original looks like this, and boom, lights. So I wanted to add these lights to make it look more, you know, cinematic. And these lights, they're actually just solids. They're blocks. They're just blocks. So I can show you what one of them looks like. Maybe the closest one. This one. So again, original. And then what I did is I just thought of places where there could be lights strategically, right? So what I would do is I'd put some squares. I think this one, yeah, see? So I just put some squares. Let me take off the glow. That's the first step I would do. I'll put different squares. And then after I put the squares, I just put a little glow to make it look more like lights. And it already does the job, right? It does a job. But to sell the idea, because there's water, right? I add these ripples. So wait, let me just take off the animation of the null object. No, that's the moving back and forth. See, you see that? So for this one, again, it's a subtle thing, but I like kind of simulating like water. Okay, yeah, there we go. You see that? Those little ripples? Because it sells the idea that there's water, right? This one is literally just, if I solo this, oh wait, let me see if I can do it. There. So it's actually a solid as well. It's the same solid. So this is what it looks like. I just copy pasted the lights we had here. Wait, let me show you. So these lights, I kind of pre-comped it and then copy pasted it down here. Then after that, I just blurred it out and then put this effect called turbulent displace. See, turbulent displacement, what it does is that it adds like, how do I say this? It's kind of like making the image more distorted depending on what you do to it. And then I just added a little bit of it, and then you can animate it. Look, you can animate to make it look like ripples, right? Oh my gosh! So that's what I did to make. I did that to, again, you might notice that that's just for one window, for one light source. I did with several light sources. I went crazy with my little squares, my glowy squares. But right, it sells the idea. It sells the idea that there's light. I even added a glow here, because the ship would have its own light, right? Without it, it just looks so dull. So, you know, I also wanted to add a bit more color because it's so blue, guys. The original footage is so blue, and I feel like the orange lights kind of sell. I mean, first of all, great contrast, and second of all, it sells the city light vibes. So there. Honestly, if I was trying to be a bit more extra, I would even include a bit of light here, but I decided not to. I fell in love with putting these lights. Anyways, so that's, if you will notice, so this is the first shot that has all those lights. The second shot, this one is just that was in-game footage. The boat itself looks good in some parts, right? This is just plain in-game footage, guys. Very pretty already. I think I just color corrected it a little bit. Yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of color correction going on here. But if you go here, yeah, this one, oh my gosh, the in-game footage looks so different. Look at it. This one had a lot of layers to be done here. Okay, so I'll go to, which one is it again? Comp 16. Okay. So in Comp 16, you will notice, first of all, number one, the original footage, I think you might find this a little bit funny, but in the original footage, Columbina isn't even there. So we do this little thing wherein, because it was just Philo and I recording, and I couldn't be Sandrone because I couldn't get the correct angle. So we decided to just have her both play Sandrone and Columbina. So the other footage here. So the other footage, this is the other footage. It's just Philo as Columbina, and then we have Philo as Sandrone, and all I did was just mask it out. I just mask out the rest of the, like, crop it out just so that it looks like they're both together. Anyways, so this one, what I wanted to do is, first I lessened the brightness of Sandrone. So Genshin characters in general, they don't tend to get darker in terms of shadows, even when they go to darker places. Like, they're just generally bright, like the characters. I guess it's so that they can stand out from the background better. But for this shot, it doesn't make sense for her to be bright. So I put a little bit of curves here. Like, I lessened, I think I did some masking. I didn't do rotoscoping here because I didn't wanna, I felt like I didn't need the rotoscope. So where is the shot? I think, is it adjustment layer? Sorry guys, I totally did not name my layers. I didn't name my layers. It's not good practice, especially for demonstrating things, but sometimes when I'm just so busy, I mean, when I work so fast, I don't name layers. But here we go, adjustment layer 6. You might see here my favorite Lumetri color to color grade it a little bit. I lessened the saturation as well, and yeah, even this one had to be separated because yeah, it was just easier to separate the elements. Now for this one, the lighting here is a bit more subtle here. So you see, here's the original. I was thinking that it would be nice if there were like a little bit of warm lights around the boat to make it, you know, have more life. And to make these little lights, it's actually just masking solids and then feathering them out. So I can demonstrate one of them so that you can see maybe this one. So wait, is it this one? Oh no, I think the better one is the closer one. Let me just figure out. Oh, there we go. So you might notice that the original thing here, there. So originally they look like this, like it's literally just a solid block. And then what I would do is I would take out the parts where there are, or I would put in masks. Like, I would draw in the parts where I feel that the light would show up. Because this one is foreground element, right? It's where Sandrone is. It's shrouded in shadow. It's here where the lights would show up. And then I just use a track matte. I use a track matte on this one. So the actual... Ayun, no, ang ganda. Wait, sorry. English. Here's what it actually looks like without the track matte, without that guide. They're just solids, and then I feather them out. And then when you add the track matte, so let me just track it. Let me figure out which one. Here. Now it follows the window shape, right? And then you just put soft light rather than normal so that it blends better. Because if you just do normal, there, it's like, oh, that's obviously not, you know, that's not a light. That's ugly. But if you put soft light, or you change the blending mode, ooh, look at that. Look at how it blends with the pixels. You can do some of these other blending modes depending on what your vibes are, but soft light was better here. So I went with soft light. There, to add that little, you know, just those tiny glows. So pretty, right? Another thing we added here, by the way, guys. So the original shot again, look at how the sea is so... It's just blue. Like, there's a little bit of... I don't even know if you can see it here. There's a little bit of water animation, but I think because we're too far, you don't really see the water animation in Genshin. So I added in stock footage of waves to you see those waves over here, just to add more depth to the water. So if I double click here, oh, not that one. Which one is it? Magic. Is it this one? Sorry, again, too many layers. Oh, there. So you can see this is like the one of the versions. What I would do is I would get a stock footage. I get my stock footage from Storyblocks. I'm totally not sponsored. I should get sponsored. Storyblocks sponsor me. And then I just adjust the blending modes to make it blend better. And then of course, what I would do is just make it a bit subtle. Yeah, put it there so that it would blend better with the water. You don't want it to look obvious. Obviously, I use a different clip, I think. But it's the same process. Just adding a little, because if you make it too realistic, and then people will feel like it's not part of the game. So you gotta make it subtle. Subtle is key. So there, that's how I did this shot. You know, it took a lot of work, but honestly, I just have so much fun doing it. So I like going extra. I like going extra for things that people won't notice. All right, so let's move on to the next part, guys. Where were we? Editing breakdown. Oh, this one only had a little. I think I added an orange light here. So same process. Oh, I also want to add that I changed the color grading here. Like, I felt that this was too blue. So, I mean, it's too saturated. So I went for a more desaturated color. I don't know. I feel like it's more cinematic. And then for this part, oh, there. I think here you might see the difference more from the original and the... Look at that. This is what the original clip looks like. And the updated clip looks like this. So in comp 17, so let me go to comp 17. Here we go. There. To be able to do this, oh, this is a simpler one. So it's literally, again, let me just take off the Lumetri color. There, you can see that I lessened the blueness over here. That's a little bit of desat, I think, in creative. Oh no, I think what I did was here on color wheels, like or curves. Yeah, I did some curves. There, you can see that line going down. That's the desaturation going on. So I wanted to desaturate just the blues, but not the other colors. And you can do that. Oh, frick, why? I saved it! I wasn't supposed to save that. Whoops! Oh well. Anyways, but then yeah, you can you can target certain colors. Like you can, like for example, if you want to desat her hair for some reason, you can do that. Just desat her hair, but everything else is still the same. Using Lumetri color. I love Lumetri color. Anyways, and for this part, I just wanted again to just put those subtle glows. Again, same thing. It's a solid with blending mode. Soft light. Boom. Suddenly automatic lighting. The moon actually is inside the game. So Philo's here and she's also controlling the time. And we waited, like we checked we tried to figure out at what time the moon will exactly be in the spot. And I think it was around 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. in the game. So when we're about to film, Philo would just change the time. You see, I just love the fact that we can change the time in Genshin. Anyways, after that shot, okay, same here. I just added those orange glows. I think you can see it here. And then I desaturated the sea. And then added more of those orange glows to make it look warm and pretty. This one! Dude, guys, I love this shot because, again, it's a close-up. And again, I added the lights again. So if I go to comp 12 of my own After Effects, guys. So look at this shot. So pretty. Again, the original looks something like this. Actually, it's even smaller. It's bigger here. But there. So again, desaturated the blues and then added my little solid lights. But then because the background is blurred out, I had to increase the blur here. But same process as the one in the other in the other clip. Just adding solids, adding glows. For this one, you can see I used hard light for this one rather than soft light because soft light was a bit too soft. We went with the hard light there. And then you just, again, mask out the elements that won't be hit with the light, like this foreground, to sell the idea. I think even this one, yeah. The original was so dim, so I added that orange just to brighten things up a bit. I love this shot. I love it. So subtle, so nice, but I don't know. I really love the glow here. I love the orange glow. Anyways, let's move. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, guys, let's talk about how this music transitioned to Talking to the Moon. Honestly, that was the first thing I did when I made the video. Like, I think I didn't mention this before, but normally when I start making videos, especially these types of trailer videos or even the commercials, I actually start looking for music first. Like, music is the most important thing for me because I think music directs how the edit will go. How the, I feel like the vibes are established with music. So if you look at my very first versions of this video, actually, let me play it back. Let me see if I could play it back and you can see one of our first drafts. Oh yeah, when I do first drafts, I literally just put voice lines and the music. Wait, let me see if I can get a different version. M2, M3. Or M4. Maybe M4 has the... I think M2. So I used this music. It's from one of the Luna 3 cutscenes. I think is when we saved Columbina the very first time. And, when she was disappearing and then we kind of saved her. So... you can hear this is different, right? So I was testing different versions of the music. So I was like, okay, this feels like very trailer, very there. Then you can hear the music I actually used. Man, this song is so nice. And then so this is the part where okay, it's gonna go up, it's gonna crescendo, and then I wasn't sure how to put. But I knew I wanted to do this. Like, I knew I wanted to go here. And I was like, how do I put these two together? How do I put Talking to the Moon and this beautiful track? Like, how do I do it? And this is why you could hear, actually, you might have heard that I added stuff like this. This is a timpani rolling with a cymbal crash to kind of help guide it. And then so the idea here is it's supposed to help guide you. Alright, it's supposed to help guide you, lead you towards that thing. Alright, so that's the one that kind of helped me put it together, right? So I think if I go to our main editing breakdown, let me just go to the audio area. There, you might hear if I solo the elements. Like, okay, so first I'll play it back. Pam pam pam. So, one thing I needed to do, the reason why this connected very well together is the fact that the main music, this music. So this one. It ends with the correct chord. Then, and then Talking to the Moon starts with that chord. Talking to the moon. Right? It starts with that chord. So that's why it was easy to mesh it together. If it didn't start with the same chord, or if it didn't end with the same chord as the start of the chorus of Talking to the Moon, this would have been so much harder to edit. And to be able to do that, I listened to many versions of Columbina's theme. I have it all here with Genshin music. Like, I have, I think, is this one? Yeah, so I have this one. I have... I listen to so many. And so to be able to figure out, I think I even tested some of Sandrone's. Yeah, I tested some of Sandrone's themes and stuff, but I lucked out on that one song. I really lucked out on that one song that ended with that, so that we could do that transition. So, like if I solo the elements, you can hear maybe like, for example, there's a timpani, and then I added this yeah, that sound to help go towards that. So if you put that together, right? Because if you don't have that, the sound, right? So that's the original. If you don't add that sound, and then you just play it straight, yeah. So imagine this, right? It's a bit too abrupt, like suddenly, huh? Drums, right? But if you add those, yeah, you see, it kind of helps the viewers, a signal to the viewers that something's coming up. So those two, yeah. And then I think I also added, yeah, I added a symbol. So there's a symbol here that goes like, bam. This one. It goes like that, like. There, so that when you put them all together, that's when you get that full sound. Right? So there. So aside from the visuals, audio is also very, very important to work with, right? Like I also pay attention to how to redirect the music. And this is actually a slower version of the Talking to the Moon. So the original version is actually quite fast. Right? So it's quite fast, but the original, I mean the theme of because the theme of Columbina is slower, I had to slow it down. But guys, when you slow down music, actually you have to take note that the pitch changes when you slow it down. So if you look at my effect controls, so let me show you. If I turn off the pitch shifter, so there's this thing called pitch shifter. It helps change the pitch of the music. When you slow down music, like, oh my gosh. So the music, you gotta shift the music when you slow it down, or else it won't be the same melody, you know. Yeah, so I pitched it up by about 1.06 transpose ratio so that it's a correct melody. There we go. So that's how we got that music together. Anyways. Oh yeah, we call this the dead wife scene, the dead wife filter. Because basically if you slap on a white you slap on this white color. Wait, let me just go there. Comp 3. If you go to Comp 3 over here, all you have to do is it's literally just a white solid. A white solid with a little bit of oh, where's the white solid? Oh, I have too many solids here. There we go. See? Just add that white. And I put in a little bit of another color correction to make it a bit more sepia, the sepia tone, right? There. I really love this shot though. This is actually from the trailer, from Sandrone's trailer. I super love it, so that's why I used it here. I even used it in the thumbnail. Oh man, look at that. Beautiful. And then of course for this one I had to adjust the color, because the original color is a bit more, you know, it's a Genshin cutscene. So let me see if I can bring it up. There we go. See how different it is? And then boom, look at that, dead wife. And here we go. Oh, this one is from when she got killed by the Torre. So I didn't have to do. I think I didn't even do anything for this one. I didn't even. It was already white. It already had the dead wife vibe. So I didn't have to add more editing here. So there. That's that scene. Ayan, so this part, this Sandrone part, is from Columbina's trailer. So if you go to Columbina's trailer, this is when there was that girl who fell down. And then, yeah, I think one of the reasons why I decided to add the lights in the close-up scenes, right? So those lights is so that when we transition to the Columbina trailer, there's continuity, right? Yeah, so that's how we did that. Anyway, so okay, so this one's a bit straightforward. Not much effects here. It's really just choosing cutscenes and things like that. This is from the Fontaine festival, like the end scene. This one is when Columbina saved Sandrone and Flint's and the others when Revere was like fighting them. So this was just like, hey, I could handle Revere, so I just got that scene. This is during the Moon Night Festival, the Moon Festival thingo. So what I did, my goal here was to kinda, because we had the dead wife scene, so I wanted to transition to, oh, the good times we were together, in Nod Cry. This one is actually from already the film festival, but then I wanted to just continue that vibe of, teasing each other, playing around. So for those scenes. And then, like, Sandrone. After that, of course, we have those fake titles. I mean, the fake credits there by Farina de Fonte. I think this one in particular, it's kind of funny. It's a reused shot. I used this in Oshinoko. This was a shot I used in the last Oshinoko ending video. And then I was like, hey, I could use this again. And then I decided to switch it out because this is like a pair. If the first one, from the makers of the Two Musketeers, we have Sandrone here and there's the moon. So I kind of wanted the next frame, the directed by Farina, to have, now it's Columbina on this side and then the moon's there. It's kind of like they're mirroring each other sort of thing. So that's why I filmed it that way, or I edited it that way. And then, the hug. This is the hug scene from the Nod Cry Moon Prayer Night. It's funny because this is the original. I miss you, Sandrone. My problem with this one is that if I did not flip it, so we have Sandrone here, and then it's Columbina here. Cinematically, that doesn't make sense. There's this thing called the 180-degree rule. Basically, we don't want the camera to go 180 degrees so that we don't have these shots wherein the characters are filling the same frame, right? But Genshin does this a lot. I don't know why. It's a little bit of a screenplay thing. So for when I edited it, I flipped it just so that it makes sense that it's opposite. I mean, no one complained. No one realized I flipped Columbina, right? I didn't see in the comments, but I just revealed it. Oh well. This one is from the current the Fontaine Film Festival event. So the thing is, it's like when you're editing, when I'm editing, I get clips from everywhere and try to figure out how to make those clips work together, even if they're from completely different quests. So that's a challenge when we're doing these trailers, right? So imagine, this is from Nod Cry Quest, this is from the Fontaine Quest, and we're back to the Nod Cry Quest. See, you can tell because there are ears. Sandrone has ears during the those cat ears during the Nod Cry Quest, but then in the Fontaine, she doesn't have them. Continuity error. Just kidding. Anyways, and then after this, oh yeah, I really wanted to have this scene. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I already knew that I was gonna put the death scene of Sandrone somewhere, and I felt that the drum beats in "Talking to the Moon" would work for this one. Boom, boom. I do like doing this sometimes, having those cut to black and then fade to black and then cut to black, fade to black. It's a common cinematic technique. It kind of gives more impact to the scene. Because it follows like the drums and stuff, right? Boom, boom, boom. All right. Anyways, this part, it's kind of fun because I was thinking of different ways on how we can show this starring Columbina. Like I was trying to thinking of different frames. I have another version of the let me see, where is it? I have another version of the video where is it this one? Is it this one? Oh yeah! Actually, this is another edit. I can play this a little bit so you can see how the drafts work. So this one is different. When I do my drafts, actually, guys, I just when we haven't filmed anything, I literally just put text. like look at this. Fontaine pretty shots. Yeah. It's very rough. This was from the original. This is the original cutscenes from the game. But see how I didn't use them because they have these freaking lines that they decided to put. I don't know why they did it. Because I guess they were filming, but it didn't work for my purposes. So that's why I had to create, make my own shots instead. So if you remember, the original looks like this. They have that. It would have been hard to take off. Anyways. Would you search for something? I actually got this, would you search from something? That's the line from Charlotte about the movie at the end of the Fontaine Film Festival. Anyways. Coming and walking around Mary Ann's house, maybe, or walking pretty place in Fontaine. See, that's how I submit these to Philo. Actually, as a draft, we call these drafty drafts. I submit to Philo with and then I ask her if there's potential with the video. So that's how we determine whether a video is worth working on or not. Yeah. Sorry, the text is clashing. Boom, boom. Oh, so this part. There. Oh, see, there's a different. Oh, it's different. It's different. It's different. You can see the clips I decided to use. This is still the same though. There! This is the one I wanted to show. This is the one I wanted to show. I had another version. I was thinking that this clip could have had Columbina's name here. But the reason why I decided not to go with this one was I realized it was too noisy. There were too many elements happening. So that's why we ended with this one instead, where it's just plain white. Right? Better. And this one, oh my gosh, beautiful shot from the Sandrone trailer. I was like, dude, this is perfect. I just moved it to the side. Like, if you look at the original, looks like this. It's even letterboxed. And then I just moved it. But this one, I want you to there's something I did here. The original video, actually, in the original clip, Sandrone is actually opening her eyes. She's opening her eyes, not closing them. But for this one, I wanted to close her eyes instead because I wanted to kind of make this transition to the next scene where she's opening her eyes here. So it's a, what do you call that? It's just a way to connect the two clips, even if, they're completely separate clips, right? So that's why I reversed it. Okay, not much going on here. This is from the Fontaine Film Festival quest. Oh, this one though. This one is interesting because so this is the scene in the Fontaine Film Festival where she's like reminiscing about the past with the harbingers and having tea. But the funny thing is in the original clip, Columbina's not there. Columbina's not in this clip because she appears a little later. It was a bit frustrating for me at that point because I was like, dude, it's perfect if Columbina's here. So wait, let me just play it. Can I play it? I actually did this on stream. That's the fun thing. There, guys. Look, oh. Because Columbina shows up. Columbina shows up in the next frame. Is it here? Yeah, there's that whole conversation. And there! So Columbina only shows up here. So she's not in the wide shot. And they don't have a wide shot anymore after that. They only have this one. Right? So I'm like, how do I do that? Guys, we literally green screened Columbina in. The only good thing about our process now is that we have Miliastra Wonderland. So yeah, I used the let me open it up in Comp 11. So if we go to Comp 11, where is my Columbina? There we go. So if you look at the original, ooh, wait, can I take off the mask? I could. And I'll take off the key light. There we go. Look at that, guys! My Milliastra Wonderland green screen! The one that Philo made. So that's what we did. We just green screened. We keyed out the green. I mean, let me just show you. Like, just boom, keyed out the green, and then just put Columbina at the right spot. And then after that, you might notice that I do have another layer that has here. You see that? That's a table. That's a table. I just duplicated the table, this background layer, and then put it on top of Columbina, so it looks like she's there. And then you might notice that there's this subtle movement. The camera's going up. So I actually had to slightly animate Columbina. So there's a very small animation here. You can see the null object there. Slightly animate just so that she really matches the scene. There we go. Subtle, but you know, it's part of it. I love subtlety. Anyways. Oh, this one, guys. I did a major color correction here because if you look at the original is very blue. Very, very, very blue because this was the force field around, right? Like separating the other Sandrone and the flashback Sandrone. And the thing is, I didn't like that it's so blue. So I made it a bit more desaturated grayish color. The reason why I went with this color scheme, so even this one, I recolored it to be less blue. The reason why I did that is because in the final scene, it's very blue. It's very, because that's Columbina's color, right? The moon color. And because this is a reunion, nice scene, I wanted to have a different color tone, right? Like, I wanted the sad scene to not be blue, because if blue here signifies like we're together again, it doesn't make sense that it's the same blue for this scene, right? Because it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. There's no transition. It's too close to each other. So that's why I opted for making it gray instead, like a gray dull color. There we go. And then there's the last part. Columbina. There's the last part. But this line, the Columbina line, actually comes from the earlier scene. So if you the earlier cutscene where Columbina was watching from afar. Wait, let me see if I can grab that. Oops, no, I don't think I can grab it. Can I grab it? There. So it's from this scene. So guys, for me to get voice lines, I just use the. I'm so glad that Genshin has this, wherein you can look for voice lines again, replay voice lines. I just play it here, and the Columbina comes from here. The Should We Meet Again, where Columbina was shooting the scene at Winglet, and Sandrone was watching from above. So that's where I got this voice line. And then finally, there we go. A homecoming. And guys, this is my favorite thing to do with all my trailers. I like making fake credits. We try to make the credits as close as possible to what was happening in the quests. So there's a lot of callbacks and little Easter eggs in what I put in the credits. I think what I also like doing is reusing some of the logos I've used before. So this Musketeer pictures, I made this 2 years ago for the first 2 Musketeers video. So I used it again. This is a new one, Welkin Productions, because, you know, Columbina and the moon. So I was like, okay, maybe I can make some new studio. These 2 are actually long-time callbacks to some of my older videos. So Fatui Studios and Mark's Mining. I think Mark's Mining is a callback to my very first meme type video, my very first commercial, the Zhongli Morax Mining commercial. So ever since then, I would always use their logo as like they're like the sponsor or like the producers, extra producers of my trailers. So it's again, it's just a little Easter egg for all my other trailers. Fatui Studios is a callback to another video I made before, I think the Nightmare of Windtrace, when Mona was OP during Windtrace, the very first Windtrace. So that's when I used the Fatui Studios before. And yeah, every now and then I'll just return these logos to my videos. And there! that's pretty much it. That's the end of the full editing breakdown of the Columbina Sandrone trailer. So there, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed me sharing my process. And yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch the video, the original video. I also posted a behind the scenes before and after video so that you can easily compare the original version and the what it looks like without effects. So I also made that. If you enjoyed that, leave a comment, leave a like, and let me know if you have any editing questions. I'd be so happy to answer them. And if you want to watch more, subscribe to Genshin. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!